during the relentless Israeli bombings in Gaza, where the conflict between these two nations began in the late 19th century. Many people wonder why neighboring Arab countries, such as Egypt and Jordan, are unwilling to accept refugees. Despite the ongoing crisis in Palestine, countries directly bordering Gaza and the West Bank have rejected accommodating refugees. So, why aren't Arab countries helping Palestine? Let's delve into the reasons why Arab nations are reluctant to assist Palestine. It's essential to know that history records Arab countries once fighting against Israel in the Six-Day War that occurred from June 5 to June 10, 1967. The three Arab countries involved were Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. This brief yet deadly war resulted from diplomatic tensions and small-scale conflicts between Israel and its neighboring states over the years. The Six-Day War concluded with UN intervention and a victory for the Zionist side of Israel. Arab nations no longer stand united against Israel. Today, they no longer consider Israel an urgent issue. For them, the Palestine-Israel conflict is not an existential threat to anyone. Therefore, the assumption that Arab countries fear Israel is not entirely accurate. They are not afraid. Rather, these countries have their own interests. Additionally, there are underlying historical aspects, such as Yasser Arafat's support for Saddam Hussein during the 1990 war against Kuwait and Saudi Arabia's anger over Palestine being accused of violating the February 2007 Mecca agreement related to Hamas and Fatah. However, the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine is often considered rooted in religion. If true, why do Arab countries, predominantly Islamic, seem not to resist Israel? Having diplomatic relations with Israel. Regarding the frequently asked question, the answer turns out to be quite diverse. Arab nations are known to be unable to unite and are divided into several factions, leading to a lack of concrete agreement to assist Palestine in facing recent Israeli attacks. Some Arab countries believe that launching an attack on Israel to aid Palestine would worsen the current situation. However, there is another conflicting reason: the fear of the strength of Israel's ally, the United States. According to a foreign media outlet, The New York Times, a Middle East political scholar at the Carnegie Endowment in Washington, H.A. Hellyer, expressed his opinion on Arab countries not aiding Palestine. He stated, "I haven't seen any Arab country not declare support for Palestine at the rhetorical level, and it would be very difficult for them to say otherwise. But what they do is very different. Arab countries indeed condemn Israel's actions against Palestine. However, they have not taken concrete steps toward a resolution. Instead, some countries in the region are beginning to normalize relations with Israel. Take, for instance, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan, and even Morocco. They argue that improving these relationships could eventually bring about peace for Palestine through diplomatic channels. In reality, the conflict between Palestine and Israel persists, claiming unavoidable casualties. It's known that Arab countries have started normalizing diplomatic relations with Israel in recent years. In 2020, Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates, UAE, began establishing ties with Israel, and there were even rumors that Saudi Arabia would follow suit. Fear of permanent displacement. The main reason behind the rejection from both of these countries is the possibility that Israel will force the permanent expulsion of Palestinian citizens to their nations. If Jordan and Egypt accept the refugees into their countries, there's a possibility that Israel will cancel Palestine's claims to statehood. Moreover, they argue that the migration of Palestinian citizens to Egypt could only disrupt world peace. This refusal is also rooted in the historical displacement of 700,000 Palestinian citizens who were expelled and fled from the territory now called Israel. This event occurred during the 1948 war and is referred to as Nakba, which in Arabic means disaster. The president of Egypt also added that a massive population exodus could risk bringing Hamas fighters to the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt to launch attacks on Israel. This would endanger the peace agreement between the two countries, Egypt and Israel, which has been in place for 40 years. A similar response came from the leader of Jordan, King Abdullah II, stating that there are no refugees in Jordan and Egypt. He warned against forcibly transferring Palestinian citizens from their territories, as it could escalate the crisis to other regions. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, pledged that if Palestinians follow their orders to leave northern Gaza for the southern regions, they would be allowed to return home after the war ends. However, Egypt does not share the same belief, considering their intent to dismantle Hamas for its attacks on October 7. As long as Israel hasn't eradicated Hamas fighters, this bloody battle could last for years. Ricardo Fabiani, the director of the North Africa project at Crisis Group International, stated that Israel's actions are highly confusing and instill fear in the surrounding environment. Fabiani revealed that Israel's ambiguity regarding its intentions in Gaza and the evacuation of the population is a significant concern. Not only that, but another response comes from a senior colleague at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, H.A. Hellyer, where he states that if Egypt and Jordan accept refugees from the Palestinian territories, there is no guarantee of return. Hellyer says that all historical evidence shows that when Palestinian citizens are forcibly displaced from Palestinian territories, they are not allowed to return. So, that's the review regarding the reasons why that's the review on the reasons why Arab countries hesitate to help Palestine. In my opinion, whatever the reasons are, whether they help or not, war will not solve the issue. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Keep supporting this channel by hitting the like button, commenting, and sharing this video. See you later.